Hi, everybody. This is Dave Stevens for the Disability Channel on Radio Row, and you get to see old faces in new places, but it's awesome to have Mike Golic from ESPN, former football player, if you don't remember, with the Eagles, and I think you've been doing TV a lot longer than you
I've been doing
played,
it a
right?
while for us to be passing through the hallways at ESPN a number of years. So, yeah, I've been doing this. It's weird now because there's a group of people now that are sports fans that know me really only as a broadcaster, not as a football. Played football. I'm like, oh God, yes, I did in ancient times.
Yeah, and it's great. And just the way that your career has just progressed, and now I would imagine that's kind of the dream job, being able to work with your son.
Well, that part of it, when Mike and Mike ended, which took me by surprise, I thought, well, I'm getting to the end of this deal, so maybe I'll just retire and head off to Scottsdale and chill out a little bit. But then, when they brought up working with who I knew, Trey Wingo. Trey and I had done football for years, and then to work with my son Mike, I mean, my God, as much fun as we have at each other's expense, in all honesty, to be able to work with your kid is a pretty cool thing, and to see him grow in this industry has been pretty fun to watch.
Now, have you kept track of how many Super Bowls this is for you?
I think I have not. I'm guessing with my starting to work with ESPN in about 95, 96, but I don't think I started going to Super Bowls right away. I'm thinking about 23 or 24. Never played in one in 9 years, and even when I come to these, I never stay for the game.
Right.
I never played in one, so I don't want to go to the game. I don't want to. A, I'm not in it. B, it's just crazy as well. C, it's more comfortable on my couch.
Yeah, it's funner to eat and have some chips.
There you go. It's exactly right.
So these two teams, I think they weren't expecting, we thought the Chiefs would be here.
Right.
I think the other one was a little bit of a shock. Yeah. But what are you looking for this weekend?
Well, listen, it's amazing, and I think the 1.5 spread in favor of the Chiefs is about right. This is a team San Francisco likes to run. Kansas City likes to pass. San Francisco has a great pass rush. All the matchups from old school matchups to next gen, which I'm now starting to get used to, all this next gen stuff, these next generational stats, which my son Mike throws at us all the time. They're all so close. It almost seems too good to be true that this matchup is as close as we think, because then you're afraid the game won't live up to it, because you get a 2-week buildup and it looks like it's going to be a great game, but then you just kind of keep your fingers crossed that it's going to be a great game. I think overall, Kansas City will probably win, I think, because of Mahomes. San Francisco struggled a couple of times with mobile quarterbacks like Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson. Mahomes can move like those guys. So I think in the end, Mahomes has just been ridiculous at such a young age.
Yeah, and you look at the other side, the 49ers, they had 68 passing yards in a blowout playoff win.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are they supposed to prepare for? They're going to have to prepare for the run more, or?
Well, and obviously the Kansas City defense will want Garoppolo to throw the ball because he hasn't had to. And Garoppolo, by standards, had a good season, 27 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, high 60 completion percentage. You would take that, but they haven't relied on that. They've relied on the run, so make them rely on something that they haven't had to rely on. And Garoppolo he may come through, but you'd rather test that because it's more uncertain than their running game, which has been pretty damn certain.
Now, you said you're heading out of town before the game, but you do have an event this
Yes.
Saturday that's coming up. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the Fan Fest, I think it's, you see camps, you see football camps, you see cheer camps all the time. But what I love about this is it's inclusive. And that's what we need to do. We need to think about everybody to be inclusive. It doesn't matter who you are, what's going on with you. You should have the ability to be able to come to a football camp, come to a cheer camp, and enjoy that experience. So I have not been to one. I'm really looking forward to going and checking this out. I imagine it's going to be incredible.
I think it's Saturday at 10 a.m. in
Hollywood.
Yeah.
In Hollywood. Yeah. I think it's going to be fantastic. Again, from football camp to cheer camp. Just all are welcome. And I think it's going to be just a fantastic time.
It's great that you're a part of, because as you said, inclusion is important.
Yes.
It's very special to me because as a pioneer at ESPN, as probably the first disabled person they hired, and I got to work there 20 years. And, I was able to help people understand both sides and really see.
You're right. And you would be 20. That's right. I'd never even thought of that part of it, because I think we're finally getting better in understanding the inclusion part of this, to where we want it to be more of the norm, not more of the exception, make it more of the rule. And I think that's where we're going. And events like this, I think, go along to help in those lines.
And it was awesome, because getting to know you and all the people there, it took a while, because I think, the elephant in the room is, how do you deal with people with a disability?
You're right.
And for me, it was always to try to use humor.
Yep.
But also to show that, I'm not I was here to work. I won 7 Emmys. It wasn't handed to me because
That's exactly right.
So it's like, I think more and more things like this event that you're a part of is really important to really let what is normal. This is my normal.
Well,
I was born without legs, and it's normal to me.
I completely agree. I mean, what is inclusion? It's including people into a situation that just treat them like, like everybody else. I mean, that's what everybody wants. Just, treat others like you want to be treated. I mean, it doesn't matter what is going on with you. You're included. You should be treated like everybody else. And I do think we're getting better. Certainly still, a ways to go. But as you mentioned, you started a long time ago with this, where it was a different time. Then you're right. And I think it is better now. But I mean, the more people can understand that, and the more it becomes, it's just not a look or okay, how do I deal with this, or how are we going to do this, just to, okay, we got a football camp, yeah, come on, let's go, we're going to do this, and make it as simple as that.
And you got pioneers like myself, Jim Abbott, and Shaquem Griffin now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
really can see.
Yeah.
Hey, they forget he doesn't have an arm.
Yeah, look what you can do.
He made a big sack in the postseason, and it's like, so the sky's the limit if just people get the opportunities. And you this weekend are going to be a part of something.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. Really am looking forward to it. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is my old friend Mike Golic. I got to let him go because he's got to do some more TV and radio. And how long are you working on these days?
Well, I mean, the show goes 6 to 10 a.m. in the morning, and then I'll usually roam around here and talk some football or whatever people want to talk for a couple more hours. It's it's a long week, but I mean, seriously, we're going to complain?
Yeah.
I mean, we're at the Super Bowl, so
it's a lot warmer than Connecticut,
that's exactly right. It's exactly right. I think we'll be okay.
All right, Mike Golic joining us. If you don't know him, watch him on ESPN. He was a pretty good football player. You can Google him too. So, all right, we're live from Radio Row. This is Dave Stevens for the Disability Channel. We'll see you next time.